Hello everyone, we are back and sorry for the inconvenience caused because we lost the stream last time. And yeah, so all the pending questions which were there in the first half, we will take it now. And soon we will start, like in 5 or 6 minutes, we will start with the next presentation, that is on board with UDS. So if you have any questions, you can just post in the chat or in the Discord channel. And just to give you the brief about the second half, so we will just quickly say about onboarding with UDS, and then we will have guest speaker, Professor Rosso, and he wants to directly interact with you guys. So we will post a Zoom link, which will be active like at 1:30 p.m. and you all can join the Zoom link there. We will have interactive session with Professor Rosso, and then again like this live session will be active, and we will continue with the earning while learning and with the Q&A thereafter. So just for this brief 40 minutes with Professor Rosso, we will be going towards Zoom and we'll be back here again. Okay, so if you have any questions, please post here. Okay, so I will give like 2 more minutes for the questions and then we will start ahead. Okay, so I think there is no more questions for now, and yeah. So yeah, moving ahead. So let's go to the next slide.
So let's make things up.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Mehdi and I'm here for the onboard with UDS part. Here we try to go through the university facilities and have a quick review on each of them. But I suggest you check this part out whenever we defeat the pandemic, because most of these facilities are unavailable till the end of pandemic. However, we're gonna talk about them now and I hope they'll be available soon. So let's get started. First of all, we're gonna talk about important offices that you need to visit or contact for different reasons. The first one is the Admission and Enrollment Office. It's located on Campus Center A42. I just mentioned the location of offices in case you arrive here because most of you still don't know about the university buildings. In case you have a question or any information about your enrollment, or if you want to check whether your documents arrived or not, and any stuff like this, please contact the admission and enrollment office and they should reply to your questions. As long as I know, this office isn't providing off-site services and you can connect with them with the email address I mentioned here. The next one is card office. If you have any problem regarding your ID card, you can easily contact them. If your card doesn't work anymore or it's stolen or broke, just inform them, do not hesitate. During the pandemic, you ask for card office to post your card, and also as we mentioned here, it's still working on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 8 to 12. The third one is Itdesk Service. If you have any problem with your account related to university and VLAN, VPN, and item list, you can ask for help from them. The item list is an important list that you need to have in order to exam registration, and we will talk about it tomorrow in detail. This office is also working during the pandemic on the day we mentioned here. The next one is examination office. If you have question or problem about exam, for example, you don't know and you couldn't register for an exam, just contact them and you can do it just by sending an email during the corona pandemic. Another office is study coordination. They help you with your study or study regulation, and it is in the E13 building. The next one is Central Student Advisory Service. If you aren't sure about the course you study or need someone to help you to decide what to study, you can count on them and they will help you to make your minds up. You can read more about them from the link provided here. And last but not least, International Office, which helps you with exchange programs depending on the international agreement between countries and university, and the Saarland University. So the next subject I'm gonna talk about is social activities in our university. First of all, our university have some sport activities and they are available at the Hochschulsports. They provide you a lot of different kind of sport that you can register for. Even during this time, they offer you some on-site and online courses. Some of them are free and some of them need registration or smile payments. So check out this website we mentioned here. Also, we have a university gym within our campus. During the pandemic and because of a restriction on number of people in place, you should book your training session. Also, you can check out the link for more information. And okay, the next set of activities we have here are our students groups. And you can just see their names here and just follow the links and read more about them. And maybe you want to join them to don't have a boring things here. Just let me mention here that you can't click on links now, but don't worry, you can find all the slides online on our website. Another important activity is this, which organized many different excursions, city tours, guided tours, and culinary focus days in the Menza. They also have you and me body programs that in the next presentation they will give you more information about that. And finally, we have StEP, which is the General Student Committee. You're gonna hear more about StEP today in StEP presentation at 30:50. So, okay, let's jump into the next subject: where to eat and drink on the campus. And also, most of them not available during the pandemic. I'm so sorry, but some of them still working. But these days restrictions on Corona are changing day to day. Just follow us on Twitter and Instagram to aware of new announcements on Corona situation. But here we review them to know what is on campus and which might be available later again. Usually these are the names of places that you could eat something, and we have a map. Yeah. So here's a map of our campus, and you can see where you can have some snacks and a good meal. Let's start with Menza and Menza Cafe, which are available, still available during the pandemic. Menza is in building D41 and you are paying there with your student ID card, and we will talk about it later on how to load some money in your card. And you can have a set meal and a vegetarian meal there. And let's go for the Menza Cafe. It's located on first floor of Menza building, which offer also breakfast items and some hot dishes and many others. For all things like offices and activities and now the cafes and restaurants. We mentioned some operation time, but as long as this pandemic with us and the roles are changing, it's better for you to check their website to get updated about their operation time. So let's go for the next, yeah. There's also From International on the third floor of Menza building, and it also offers some snacks and such. And you can also take away your food from there. Mensa facilities bring your own box for takeaways to protect the environment, reduce waste, reduce the expense of takeaway package, which will be charged to you. So I'm gonna take a quick review on what remains because most of them are not available, or you better check their website out to get informed about their availability. Here we have Menza Garden, so it's not functioning as long as we know. So check their website whenever you want to visit there. And there is a sports bar within the Hochschule Sports building, and I think it's still offers you some stuff, but it will be better to check their website for the latest up-to-date information. Yeah. And there's Auslander Cafe, and I just show you the next set of slides to know what they offer and check their website for more information. There is a Philo Cafe, and they offer very nice vegetarian and halal meals. Check their website. And there are cafe in Audio Max Foyer, KG Cafe, and Cafe Unique. So check their website out too. Here are the data about them. You can check it later whenever you need them. Download all the slides from our website. And this one is good. The iCoffee. It's next to computer science building with a lot of nice stuff, but it's closed right now and we're not sure when it will be open, but check their website. And there is a Starbucks cafe in building B11, and there's a fast food heroes in building C55. And the campus market. The campus market should be open, but again, check their website for the latest information. And end of the presentation, please ask all questions on live chat. We are here to answer your questions.
So hello everyone. We will start with the next topic here in a minute. We will go with earning while learning. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can post in the chat, and we'll be happy to help.
All right, so I hope everyone is back to our live stream and we can start with our next slide and where we would be talking about how you would fund your studies and learn at the same time. So we have quite a lot of options of work inside the university, then outside the university in the city. Then there are many scholarships available. You could also apply for internships or you could also work part-time. And eventually we will be discussing about everything in the upcoming slides. So it is actually advisable that you start looking for jobs as soon as you come here because the blocked account money it may run out eventually, and so some extra amount of pocket money is actually useful for like for your travel costs, for your shopping costs, and it would also allow help you to manage money for, and it would also help you in some skill development and teach you in independence, confidence. So yes, we would recommend you to start finding work once you are here and not wait till the blocked account money gets over. So students here are only allowed part-time jobs, and you can work for 120 full days or 240 half days, but it could not exceed 20 hours per week during the semester, and during the semester break you could work for around 40 hours per week. So that, if taken into account, you could work for 120 full days or 240 half days. And so we have HEVI at the university. So these HEVI jobs are actually the student assistant jobs. So it is. Okay. Okay. So we have the HEVI jobs, which are actually the student assistant jobs. So the professors are actually in search of student assistants. So you could take a course under them and pass those courses and then join as a student assistant under the professor, which would give you some flavors of research, a deeper understanding of that particular field, and you could also network with that professor and later on maybe work for your master thesis in that field under that professor. So in case of like taking into account working at the university, we have these institutes. We have CISPA, we have TFKI, German Center for Artificial Intelligence, we have HIPS, then we have KIST, we have MMCI, MPI, that is the Max Planck Institute for Informatics for Software Systems, and we have Visual Computing and Systems. So these are the different research labs that we have associated with Saarland University. And you could work in any of these labs, and basically all these labs provide certain courses, and you could maybe take some courses under the professors who work in that lab, then pass the courses, and eventually after passing the course you could mail the professor that you would want to work as a research assistant or as a student assistant under the professor. And you have different options if you choose to work at the university. So you could be a teaching assistant or a tutor to your favorite lecture. If you complete a course and you get some desirable grades in that course, then you could maybe mail the professor that you want to work as a tutor, and it would earn you some money as well as give you 4 ungraded credit points if you work as a tutor. And you could also work as a research assistant and help the professor with the research work. And then eventually this could lead you to a thesis under that professor if you find the topic interesting, and then you could also get a PhD under that professor. And then there are also other jobs like at the library or the ZIS excursions. So at the library or the ZES, that is the International Student Organization, which organizes excursions. So ZES also requires members. You could also apply and become a member of the ZES or some help at the library. Now, we have this HEB at the university. So the research assistantship at the university, you can use it. So you can actually use it to earn 3 to 6 credit points. So what you would be requiring for that is a report of 2 to 3 pages, which should be signed by your supervisor or professor. And then you need to submit to the exam department. And if you do this, you can actually earn 3 to 6 credit points by working at the university as a student assistant. And then regarding working in the city, so if you are interested in mingling with the German crowd here and getting to know more about the German culture, you could actually work also outside the university. There are quite a few options to explore here. You could you could learn the language, then you could get to interact with the people here, you could meet new people and make friends here. So there are many startups in Saarbrücken. Then you could also go for certain bartending jobs and some service jobs, like you could become a waiter at the restaurant, and you could also take up some food and delivery services like Livrando, and there are many other many delivery jobs. So you could also consider that if without restricting your options to only working at the university. So there are certain important things that you should know before you start working in the city. So you have to apply for a tax number. So everybody is entitled to a tax number, and before you sign a contract with any company or before they pay you, you have to provide that tax number. So that is very important. And you need to check the employer's business license, and it's better to always get a written contract before you start working anywhere, because your contract would have written on it every details about the work, that is the type of work, the compensation you would be getting, the hours per week, the holiday, and how much they would pay you per hour. So everything would be described in detail in the contract. So it's better to avoid disagreement later on and get everything written on pen and paper. And you should always remember to record your work hours. And so some few more important things that you should know is maximum of 10 hours of working a day, and you can take a break of 30 minutes And if you work for 6 hours, and you could take a break of 45 minutes if you work at 9 hours. Every Sundays and all the public holidays are entitled for to your rest day. And if you work at night, you are eligible for higher compensation. And so at last, you should read your contract thoroughly and read to every clauses of the contract and before you sign it. So coming to scholarships, so scholarships actually are quite a few scholarships are actually offered here. So we have the Deutschland Stipendium, and however, it is you can get it only after you get the residentship over here. So after you have your residence card, you can apply actually for the Deutschland Stipendium. And then we have another stipend by the Studienstiftung so we have another by the German Academic Exchange Service, that is the DAD. It also provides scholarship. So in order to get more information about the scholarship, you can go to the university page for details, and we would be sharing you further details on this in our orientation document, as we have already said. Now coming to internships, so internship is not compulsory, but it is actually encouraged at UDS. So you would be getting some industry experience, and you could also refine your skills, and you could actually channelize your career in the path of your internship. And internships pay you quite well, and it can also get you free credits. And part-time students, so actually the university encourages you to complete your degree. So it has it has kept special provisions of being a part-time student for people who are employed, people who are with family, who have children, or they care for family or sick relatives, and certain people with illness or sicknesses or certain learning disabilities. The university comes with the provision for them to learn part-time. And so more information in the application form will be updated in our orientation document regarding this. All right, so that's the end of our presentation, and now we will be taking questions.
So we have few questions here, and we don't really part-time jobs.
Yeah, so the minimum wage I think you could go for is it is 9.6 euros per hour. So and if you were and the minimum number of hours that you can I mean the minimum payment that you can get by working is, I think it's for a mini job you can get around 450 euros per month. So that is actually suffice if you want to lead a normal life over here. But yes, so monthly 450 euros, and per hour it is a rule to be paid 9.6 euros over here. So We have a next question. Does TA and RA follow the minimum pay rate? And could you please specify it? Yes, so for research assistantship, I think we have different pay rates, right? Because certain labs pay you more. For example, Max Planck Institute would pay you 12.5 euros per hour, and I'm not aware of the others. DFKI? Okay. Yeah.
You're not on the screen.
Yeah, you're not on screen.
Yes, the minimum is 11.2 something, and from there you can like increase depending on the group you are working for.
Yes, and if you go for jobs like at a restaurant as a waiter or as some kitchen jobs, then the minimum pay there is 9.6 euros, and you could expect to pay around 9.6 to 10 euros there. And all these research assistant jobs, it starts from, yes, 11.5 euros. And so, do HEB jobs usually require German proficiency? So, ideally, no. But you obviously have a wider number of options if you are proficient in German. So, we would like it is recommended, but it is not necessary.
Yeah, like for example, if you are working, going to work in a restaurant, okay, so it's recommended that you have done.
Yes.
For technical stuff, mostly
Yeah.
you don't require that.
Yes.
Yes.
You could actually channelize your interest in the field that you are interning on, and you could further proceed with master thesis, and if you are interested to a PhD too. So
Yeah, also, like we have master thesis, so you can work in a industry for 6 months or more, and that can be converted to a master thesis. So for that, you have to take office beforehand, visa in office, and that was one way to before you.
are there jobs in the city that do not require German proficiency?
Yeah, there are lots of jobs. You can find a job like from the LinkedIn, Zinc, Monster.de. You can find a job in the description. They mentioned that do they require the German language proficiency or not, but maybe there are lots of jobs that require German proficiency, but also there are some jobs that don't require the German proficiency and that you can apply for them, you get interviewed, and after that uh, you can decide to go for work in city, in companies in cities, or come to work in the universities companies.
Can't hear Ankit.
Ankit, you're not audible.
So the next question is, does Saarland University allow transfer of credits of master's thesis from any other university in Europe? Do you have any idea? I know in Germany it is possible to transfer your credits. Okay, master thesis, no. Do you have any idea?
Like if the person can work in other cities and you can use it here to complete your degree, yes, you can do it outside, like even in companies, and yeah, then it will again count as an external thesis, and you need to ask the professor here, and you can work there.
So how does taxation work for students who are working part-time in Saarbrücken? So as far as I know, if you earn 450 euro, like for a mini job, you would not you would not have to pay any tax. But if you earn more than that, I think it is 10%, right? The tax is 10%.
It's about that. If you are for like first class of tax, yeah,
And that won't be taxed. So that amount that is less than 20 hours per week. So if you have a job or somebody whose job is more than 20 hours per week, then you have to pay the tax.
you can put hands free.
But only they can't hear only you.
Okay. Just only without to understand all.
Oh, okay.
Sorry for that.
We can adjust it from here also.
It's okay, that's it.
All right, so can someone else please repeat? Can you please write what you want us to repeat?
They can only not hear me.
Yeah. We have this question here.
Okay, whom should we apply to approach to apply for jobs at the university? So you have approaching jobs at the university. It has like you can do it in various ways. You could either take a course under a professor and directly mail him after you pass the course for a HEV or a research assistantship. Then we have the different websites for DFKI. You could apply at different research labs that are present in Max Planck Institute of Informatics, Max Planck Institute of Software Systems. Depending upon your research interests, you could actually scroll through and navigate through the research departments and see which projects you are interested in and directly mail the professors, or if you have any experience, or you could also take a course under those particular professors and then mail them once you pass those courses. And there is also one website, Student and Work in Saarland. So that keeps over there, you would be getting updates on the jobs that are available in the city, and we would be updating this to you, and we would provide information regarding Student and Work in the orientation document that we would be sharing after our event.
So thank you, going.
Whatever Ankit said.
Okay, sorry for that, guys. I think I'm audible now. And so yeah, I was talking about external master thesis. So firstly, I will explain that briefly tomorrow because we have a separate section for it tomorrow for master thesis. But just to give an idea here, so we have, you are not audible again, Ankit. How is that possible?
All clear.
All clear.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's clear now.
Yeah, I think it should be clear now.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, you can work as an external master thesis. So for that, you can work in other university, or you can work in other institutes, like industry as well, or in some company or something. And for that, you have to find the supervisor in our university, and you have to take permission from the examination board, and that will be converted to master thesis here. So that is all good. And second point, what I was explaining was about taxation. So as a student, like in the student visa, you are allowed to work for 120 full days, which means it's like 20 hours per week. So if you have job, or if you have multiple job, which combined is less than 20 hours per week, you don't have to pay any tax. But if it's more than 20 hours, you have to pay tax. Yeah, I think those were the two questions. I think it's clear now. Moving ahead, do we have anything?
No, we don't have any more questions.
So we are
Yeah.
waiting for a question.
And meanwhile, I will talk about the schedule for tomorrow, what we have tomorrow, and so yeah, in the first half tomorrow, we will go through all the master program that we have, like DSAI, cybersecurity, computer science. We will talk about all of them. We will talk about their study regulations, how many credit you have to do, how many core courses, how many advanced courses, seminars, all of them. And we will also give you brief idea or plan that you need to follow here, like what courses should you take, how many courses, and yeah, just to give you a brief idea how you can plan your studies here. Then we will also give you idea about the like where you can see all the courses, where you can register for courses, where you can register for exams, and we will go to the live demo of it. And then we will talk about the research group, like all the research institute that we have, like for example CISPA or DFKI, MPI. So we will go through it. And then yeah, after the lunch break again, we will have ASTA and ZIS, which are the student association here. They create multiple events, and yeah, they will present themselves. Then we will again explain about master thesis. So I will explain in more details what I was saying right now. And yeah, towards the end, we will talk about fun things to do in Saarbrücken and yeah, Q&A session again. So I see there is one question.
First class staff. Oh, okay.
Is it 10% for the first class? 10%? I don't know about the 10%, but we are the first class. If you just apply for one job and you have only one job in Saarbrücken, you are in the first class. And if you have too many jobs, like 8 hours for one job and 12 hours for other job, you put in the sixth class for tax, and it come a huge amount of tax on your salary. So we suggest that to don't have two jobs at the same time. Just try to take one job, and that take the most of your time, about at least 8 hours to 20 hours. And the tax is not so much for if you only have one job. Yeah. So.
Like I would say, at least don't worry about the tax right now. Like in the student visa, you are working as a part-time, so you don't have to worry much about the tax.
Yeah. There's no tax.
Yeah. So I just.
Yeah.
So just to make one thing clear, till 450 euros there is no tax, but above 450 euros the tax is actually very negligible. So you need not worry about it. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not a matter of concern. Okay.
So yeah, I don't think there is more questions here. We will wait for like 2 more minutes, and just if you have anything, let us know. And meanwhile, today we have student semester opening party in Mambo Club from 9 p.m. and from 9 till 10 p.m. it's free entry, and after that it's €5. And yeah, so if you want, you all can join Mambo Club tonight 9 p.m. for the semester opening party. See you there. Okay, there is one question.
I think if you don't exceed
9,700 by the end of the year, you earn back all the taxes you paid as well.
Okay. I was not aware of that.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the exact numbers, but yeah, you can again file tax return, and you can get back the like extra tax that you paid. But I'm not sure about that exact number. Okay, I think that's good for today, and yeah, tomorrow we have some important sessions, and we hope to see you all tomorrow, same 11 a.m. and we will post the link for this in our website, Discord, and other social media platforms.
Yeah, we hope to meet you too soon. See you. So if there are no questions, I think we would be ending this session for today. So stay safe, guys. See you again then tomorrow. All right, and the link will be posted soon. Yeah. Thanks to you all for joining us, for joining our event and listening to us. Okay. Thank you then. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Goodbye.
Yeah.